Do you find it curious that one person's trash is another person's treasure? What if we treated trashed people the way marketers treat trash, always putting a positive slant on something dubious? What if we upcycled people with the same fervour that we upcycle milk bottles into park trenches? Come, take a curious learning journey with me from my past 12 months of volunteer work in Port Moresby. 14-year-old Helen is Goilala from Vada Vada, Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea, PNG. Sounds romantic and melodic. It's not. Vada Vada is a very unhappy place of black magic, poverty and rascal gangs. Helen's dad was murdered in front of her. Mummy ran away and left Helen and her older brother with grandmother. Grandmother died, older brother went to jail. Alone, Helen's options were prostitution or life on infamous Baruni rubbish dump, a place of no return. Instead, Operation Food for Life took Helen in. She learnt to weave waste plastics at my tuition, and she helps me weave plastics in Bamana Women's Prison. Helen's tenacity taught me that even in the most hopeless of situations, upcycling of people is possible when a random act of kindness, a new skill, and a positive relabel are thrown like a lifebuoy. I learned that the Goilala are PNG's most neglected people. Similar to India's untouchables, they live in slums. 500 families live on Baruni rubbish dump. And it's a smoky, smelly, horrible, disease-ridden hellhole. People on Baruni are seen as garbage. And this is in Port Moresby, Cairns' closest city, capital city. Our neighbour has naked children and old women living off garbage. Flies crawl on them, disease thrives. PNG shuns them. Yet, these are the people that clean up PNG's garbage. Moresby has a population of approximately 400,000. It swells to 1 million with displaced people like Helen. Moresby has an unemployment rate of 90% and is classified as dangerous and the most unlivable city in the world. Never one to do nothing, I consulted my friends and I jumped in with Operation Food for Life to help build sustainable micro-businesses for very poor women, to pull them out of their dump, be it metaphorical or literal. My voluntary role is to weave waste plastics, and you can see some at the front. In doing that, I have witnessed young Helen vicariously make trash her upcycle. Between my visits, she teaches other Marys to weave plastics for me to buy, to bring back to Australia to sell. Profits are returned back to the women weavers. It is sustainable and it is life-changing. I've also learned that by weaving garbage, they are not just recycling, but upcycling, not the garbage, but themselves. Upcycling is when something's purpose is changed to give it a new meaning and life cycle. Delma here, a single mum, paid her teacher college entrance and got a job as a voluntary teacher just by weaving. Delma, Helen and other women now have a changed purpose. They're no longer dumped women. They have instead woven a new life from the garbage that kept them chained. Plus, they are cleaning up the environment for all of us, and they have a new label, environmental stewards. Upcycling people is very much about changing our labels of people. Environmental stewardship is about protecting the natural environment in a sustainable way. Even these inmate weavers clean up the environment from the inside via sustainable weaving. They are inside-out environmental stewards. And then we have little Anita. Anita is Helen's roommate. Legally blind and stunted growth, probably from hookworm, she still weaves for other people. She raises money for Baruni rubbish dump. Now, like Anita and Helen, have you ever felt down in the dumps? Overlooked? Ignored? Wouldn't it have been nice to have somebody upcycle you in those times? A random act of kindness to upskill us and to positively relabel us. We upcycle broken goods, so surely we could normalise upcycling broken people from their metaphorical garbage dump. Helen's upcycle is clearly evident when she goes to the dump and she feeds orphans and widows. She also has a new weaving skill that is in hot demand, and she is relabelled as a teacher. Now, you may be interested that some of our nearest neighbours are living on a garbage dump and feel curious about who you can help. Practice change on your friends. Some of your friends will be living with a metaphorical dump inside them. Start by upcycling them. A random act of kindness, link them with the group that can help them and positively relabel them. Craft groups, volunteering, giving, helping people that you don't know. It's not just a nice thing to do. Research supports that hormones and brain chemicals alter in both giver and receiver. People become upcycled and lifted out of their metaphorical dump. It's easy to begin an upcycling people revolution by practicing random acts of kindness on everyone. Look into the faces of any audience. Some are curious, some are beautiful, some are hairy, and then of course there's always beautiful you. But behind each face, none of us can tell if there's a garbage dump stinking up people's thinking, feeling and behaving. If you think you are nothing, but somebody or something else tells you otherwise, your purpose and self-belief changes. Look at Helen. Upcycling people works. It reduces crime and health costs, and it provides new skills and employment. The return on investment is huge. Now, this community is full of learning groups. They do a great job at step 2 of upcycling people, upskilling. Be a step 1 person. Random acts of kindness. Support them. Help them, and you help many. Now, step 1, random act of kindness, give the junk weavers all of your plastic packets so that we can help upcycle other people with them. Upcycling people improves bottom lines. Become intentional and purposeful about the way you do random acts of kindness, upskill other people, and relabel people in need, and you change their purpose. Upcycling people. Now, there's some garbage worth talking.